Okay, so this is going to be all about helping you to dissolve your negative feelings that are getting in the way of your manifestation, of you getting what you want. It's so important that you have no resistance to what you want, okay? So think of it like this. We have all these different thoughts going around in our head, and you may say that you want one thing. So for me, for instance, right now I am in the process of moving to Spain. So that's one thing. And when I think that I want to move to Spain, sometimes, or like over the last few months, I've had some doubts come up. Okay. And so these doubts get in the way, and they make it all go a lot slower. Okay. They bring up resistance. They throw a spanner in the works, things like that. So for instance, let's say that you want something, but then you have a little negative voice that comes up and goes, oh no, it'll be hard. Oh, why hasn't it happened yet? Oh, it's terrible. Oh, I fucked up. Oh, this and that, whatever it is for you, okay? And likely there's probably a dozen at least, okay? You saying, for instance, me saying that I want to move to Spain is just one thing. But then if underneath I'm also thinking, oh, it's taking too long. Oh, I don't want to be where I am. Like, what if I can't afford it? What if the visa's too hard? See how they just listed like 5 or 6 different things, but yet what I wanted was just one thing. So it's like that one thing, it's like they're all voices. And that thing that you want at the top, like of the page is where we're going to write it, that one thing that you want, that's one voice. Those other fears and doubts underneath, they're also a voice each. So imagine if you're in a crowd, that one voice of what you want is being drowned out. I've got chocolate in my face. Lovely. From my decaf cappuccino. Anyway, that one voice is being drowned out by all the other voices. And so what you're actually getting is a mixture of all the other voices put together. So what we want to do, got it over here too. So what you want to do is to go in and dissolve all those voices that are saying that you can't have what you want. Now, sometimes the voices aren't just, oh, I don't believe it can happen. Sometimes the voices are, I need it to happen. 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 So you're clawing on for dear life. As in, like, your attachment is so strong that you're actually coming from a place of, I don't have it, I must have it. I don't have it, I must have it. And that means that you're just coming from a place of, I don't have it. Okay, now this is attachment is one of my bigger issues because I'm the type of person that I want what I want. I'm sorry. I should have done this before I filmed this is great. Going down in history, Kyle with chocolate in her face. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to run you through this method. It's called the Sedona Method, but it's also, I mix it with tapping because obviously I find that more effective. So it's really a meditation. Okay, now here's what we do. I want you to do this with me. Please grab your pen and paper right now. Okay, see, I got my book. And now you want to write down what you want at the top of the page. So, for instance, mine would be, so write it in present tense. So like, I live in Spain in the rose pink house. Okay, so whatever yours is, it could be an amount of money, it could be a certain thing that you want, whatever it is, just write it down, okay? Pause me if you need more time, write it in present tense like you already have it. Now, I want you're going to close your eyes and just notice how it makes you feel. And I want you to really drop down into your body. So this isn't a thinking exercise. This is a gut reaction, gut feeling exercise. So what I want you to do is to go down into your body and just think about the positive thing that you wrote at the top. And now notice all the undercurrents of other emotions. You'll see there'll be a big mixture of emotions. You might have some tightening come up, some heaviness, some worry, some anxiety, some fear, maybe some shame, regret, pain, resentment, all of that. So just start now by closing your eyes. Let's do the first one together. So take a breath with me right now, please. Your eyes need to be closed. Breathe out. And really quickly open your eyes and look at what you wrote down. Notice how it actually makes you feel. Close your eyes. Now feel around, maybe in your belly or in your heart or chest, and notice for where the anxiety and the tension is. And so notice your first one, and now I want you to write down what that feeling is. Give it a name. Is it worry, anxiety, fear, and why? So this isn't a big in-depth analysis or explanation whatsoever, just literally maybe 3 to 5 words. Like, what is it about? Is it that you're scared that it won't work out? Is it that you're resentful that it hasn't happened yet? Is it that you are scared that you'll lose, are you scared that you won't be able to afford it? Things like that. So we all have different flavors of fear. So you might write fear down 6 or 7 different times with different reasons, and there'll be different energies. Okay, so what I want you to do is you're going to probably have a list of 10 or 15 or something like that. So I want you to pause me and really take your time. Don't rush through this. Don't rush through this so you can get to the next thing. This is a thing that's going to change everything else. Okay, you really need to take time with this. So please do exactly what we just did. Remember, read the sentence at the top, and then you can just pause. Go into your body, notice what comes up, how you feel. Like, does it make your lips tighten? Go, Does it make a fear come up in your throat? Go to that fear. Feel around in the area where the fear is with your imagination, and then just ask, like, why do I feel this way? Or it might just come to you, and then just write it down, like scared, that, da-da-da-da-da. I remember one of mine had derision, like derision, like, yeah, like that's going to happen, or something like that. I can't remember what it was, because I dissolved the feeling. So go ahead and pause me now. This should take you probably a good 5-10 minutes, and I'll be here when you get back. Okay, so how did you go with that? If you haven't done it yet, pause me and go and do it, okay? No use going on if you haven't done it. Okay, you done it? Awesome. So now you got your list of feelings down. The next thing you want to do is use your gut reaction to rate them between 1 and 10. 10 being the highest feeling, most painful, most true, meaning that it completely grips you and it's really real. 1 means that it's so tiny because when it gets to 0, it's non-existent and you've dissolved it and you cross it off. Okay, so pause me now. Don't think into it too much. Don't worry if you're not very good with numbers. Just use your gut reaction, just whatever comes to you, and write a little number down at the end of every single point you put down, okay? It should take you no more than a minute or 2 to go through them. Ready? Pause me and go. Okay, you back? Awesome. Now here's where it gets good. Now you've got your list. All these things that you've written down, these are the voices that are getting in the way. This is what you're actually creating. So here's a magical thing. If the only thing that you had written down on your page was the thing that you wanted, you'd have 0 resistance to it, and it would come true within a very short period of time. So as in, if you literally couldn't feel any of the other feelings underneath, it will come true. So that's what we're going to do. Now, make sure before we move on, make sure that you did add things to the list. Like, look at your attachment to it. How would you feel if it never came true? So look at how would you feel if it never came true? How desperate are you to have it happen? What if it didn't happen anytime soon? So you may need to pause me, because even though they're in the positive, whereas like you're like, oh, I want it to happen, I'm excited for it to happen, it has to happen, it's still resistance, okay? Because you're still coming from a place of, I don't have it. So make sure if you need to, you pause me and you go and do that exercise again for those. Okay. Now it's really simple. There's 3 questions. I want you to write these questions down, maybe on a separate piece of paper. And this is, again, a breath work. And the questions, you want to take your time with them. Really take your time. And it doesn't matter what answer you get either. You could get a yes or a no or a maybe or no answer whatsoever. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Okay? All that matters is that you keep asking the questions and you take full breaths. You have to take your time and not hurry through the breaths. Now, there's going to be that temptation where you're going to finish like, okay, on to the next one. No. Finish your breath. And then take a whole nother full breath. before asking the next question. Okay, so write these down. Just for now, could I let this go? So write this down. Just for now, could I let this go? You got it? The next one is simple. It is, would I let this go? Would I let this go? Put question marks at the end. So the first two is, just for now, could I let this go? And then you ask that, you'll take a breath, and we're going to be doing some tapping and stuff with it. And then you take another breath once you finish the whole breathing and the tapping around the question. Then you take another question in the middle to reset. And the next one is, would I let this go? Okay. Would I let this go? Yep. And the third one is, when can I let this go? When can I let this go? 3 questions, okay? Make sure you got them and you say them exactly like that. Just for now, could I let this go? Would I let this go? Oh, no, sorry. I totally fucked up. Just for now, could I let this feeling go? Sorry about that. You might want to rewrite that. Just for now, could I let this feeling go? Sorry. Would I let this feeling go? I'm glad I said say it just like that, because that jogged my memory. I'm like, wait there, I'm missing a word. Would I let this feeling go? When can I let this feeling go? I'm not going to redo the whole video though. Just, make sure you change it. When can I let this feeling go? Okay? Got them? So now all we do is you go in and you find one of the emotions. Start with like the most powerful, I guess. One of your high 10s or 8s or 9s or whatever it is. And you're not trying to force it. That's the most important thing. Do not try and force it. Do not try and change it. It's very counterintuitive. We always think we have to do something. But it's actually the exact opposite. You have to stop trying to do something with it. You just want to ask these questions, breathe. I find tapping with it's really powerful. I find open your mouth wide on the exhale. Now, for me, unfortunately, I'm the type of person that when I release my emotions, like people yawn and cry and cough, I burp a lot. So if that happens for you, just let it happen and encourage it. It's like one of the quickest ways to release the feelings. And so whatever your release is, you'll probably find that you have something. So what you're going to do is on the exhale, you're going to open your mouth really wide, like that, really wide. Now this is going to feel a little bit unnatural at first, but it's going to be very good for you. Okay, so let's do the first few together, and then I'll leave you to do the rest on your own. So find your biggest number. Okay, so close your eyes, listen to the sound of my voice. Notice where the feeling is, and say out loud what the feeling is. And nod your head now and say, yep, I'm feeling this because. Notice where the feeling is in your body. Don't try and change it. Don't try and fight it. And as you feel this feeling in your body, you're going to ask the first question. Really, with intention, notice how the words say. Repeat after me after I finish the full sentence. Just for now, could I let this feeling go? Take a big breath. Open your mouth, relax your shoulders. All the way out, breath. Hope any yawns come out. Really good for you. We'll just take some more breaths. Okay, so next you want to reset with the breath. So make sure you do your reset breath separately from the breathing that you're doing with the question, if that makes sense. Okay, reset breath. Open your mouth, big sigh. Next question. Would I let this feeling go? Say it out loud. Take a breath for it. You can even repeat it again in your head. Would I let this feeling go? Open your mouth, relax your chest. And yawn for as long as you need. Okay, deep breath to reset for the next question. When can I let this feeling go? You might like to say it again, feeling, tasting, savoring the words. You might like to say it in your head as you breathe. When can I let this feeling go? Big breath down into your body. Now, don't worry if you're not yawning or feeling it yet. Sometimes it can take a few times round. And I mean, ultimately, it'll probably take you quite a few times round. But it might take you a few times round to get used to it. Okay, so again, let's take a breath to reset. Good work. Okay, so let's start tapping under the lips. It doesn't really matter where you tap. Just tap a point. Okay, I find it helps. It just moves the energy through. Okay, you ready? Feel the feeling again. Feel where it is in your body, and you might like to connect with it and say, yep, this feeling of... So if it's fear, you could be like, yep, this feeling of fear. Here it is, right here. And now really try and get that feeling of fear up a bit. You don't have to do too much. It's just there. Just focus on it. You just feel it. Okay, tapping. If you need to breathe, go ahead. And ask the question, just for now, could I let this feeling go? Take a breath, ask it again in your mind, perhaps feel what it feels like. Just for now, could I let this feeling go? You're not trying to change it, you're just saying the sentence. Doesn't matter if you get a no or a hell no or a yes or a maybe. Doesn't matter. Either way, it'll continue to dissolve the resistance. Okay, take another breath to reset. You can take up to 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 breaths for each question. But then once you're done for the question, take an extra breath to reset. Okay? Next question, ready? Go down, feel the feeling. Repeat after me. Would I let this go? Sorry, would I let this feeling go? Okay, take a big breath. Open your mouth wide. Keep tapping. Okay. Take your breath to reset. When can I let this feeling go? Just relax into it. Don't try and really do anything. Ask the question. Feel how the question feels to ask. When can I let this feeling go? So I usually do that in my mind, but that's up to you. Big breaths. Open your mouth. Tap rhythmically on the point. Might like to keep breathing. When you're done, take a big breath and sigh. Reset. We'll do it one more time together, okay? So I want you to notice, how does the feeling feel now? Has it changed? What's the number now compared to before? You might need to feel deeper in your body to find it now, but see if you can find where it is. Okay, let's change points. Maybe you can tap above your lips. Feel where the feeling is in your body. Name it, this feeling of fear, or whatever yours is. I'm scared that, just one short sentence. Or it could be I feel resentful because, or I'm ashamed because. Okay, feel the feeling. Let's go. Let's take a breath. Open your mouth. Relax your shoulders. Repeat after me. Just for now, could I let this feeling go? Breathe, relax your face. Stay here. Relax your throat. And when you're ready, breathe to reset. Always take that breath in between. Okay. Would I let this feeling go? Once you've said it out loud, and if you need to do it in your head, if you're around people, that's fine, but they'll find this is, the best way to do it. But it's up to you. Feel around, maybe in your body and your head. Would I let this feeling go? Maybe send your thoughts there as you think that in your mind. Would I let this feeling go? Big deep breath, big yawn if it comes, or let any sounds that wants to come up, let it move. Big yawn. Let's do our breath to reset. Okay. When can I let this feeling go? When can I let this feeling go? Big deep breath. Big yawn. Feel your shoulders droop and relax if they do. Feel it in your body. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to imagine golden light swirling in through your body into the spaces where that feeling's been and dissolved from. Imagine golden light filling the spaces. Doesn't matter if you can see it or you just sense it. Whatever it is, if you think it, sense it, see it. It's all good, but I'm going to keep saying see because that's obviously the most powerful way, but they all work. Okay, let's tap the front of your cheeks right next to your nose, up high, really up high. And say, I call in golden light. I send myself love and compassion. And even though I have these remaining feelings, I give them permission to stay. Because I'm worthy of love just as I am. Take a big breath and a yawn. Make some sound, let it come out. Here you go. Okay, you're going to repeat the process again. Don't stop. Notice how is the feeling changed in your body. Okay, put your hand on your heart firmly and look at the number, look at the feeling you wrote down, the one you've been working on. What number is it now? Now you actually want to get that to a 0. You need to be able to ask yourself, how do I feel in my body? And if you're feeling anxious and nervous and you've got all these other undercurrents, it's going to get in the way. So you want to spend as much time doing this over the next couple of few weeks as possible, especially over the next few days. Because the more of this you can get out of your system, like dissolved now, the easier it will be to create what you want. As long as you have these undercurrents of negative emotions in the way, you'll continue to create what you don't want. Okay, because these emotions are running the show and creating. Okay, so I don't want to leave you here too long because I want you to go right back into it. If you want to rewind the video and do it with me again, go ahead. But just take your time. If it's with me by myself, I've been taking even a lot more time than that. So like, for instance, I'd be like, just for now, could I let this feeling go? And I'm thinking in my head, just for now, could I let this feeling go? Oh, taking your time with each question. And then I'll take my breath to reset. Would I let this feeling go? And taking your time. Really relaxing my forehead and face. Not trying to change the feeling, just trying to sit with it. As I'm saying this feeling, would I let this feeling go? I might use my imagination to go in and find where it is. Use my intention to go and sit in the middle of the feeling where it's the heaviest. Open my mouth. Oh, go sit down with the feeling, touch where it is. Don't try and change it. Just maybe ask the question again. Would I let this feeling go? And then I might go on for a little bit longer. I'm going to take a breath to reset. And thirdly, let's do it again. When can I let this feeling go? Feel it down where the feeling is. Maybe it's gone or it's moved and you have to look deeper now. When can I let this feeling go? Big breath. Least resistance, least effort possible. Just breathe towards it. Don't try and change it. Just breathe towards it. Notice what shifts. Notice what relaxes. Notice what relaxes. Do this for as long as you can. Change when the numbers have changed, cross it out, write a new number. You might like to put your hand over the number before you read it. Like read the sentence with your hand over the number and see what the new number is. Then look at it, cross it out, put a new number in. I'm going to leave you here because I want you to keep going with this. Do as much of this as you can over the next few days. Like really prioritize it. Do like at the minimum 20 minutes up to an hour or two a day, you know, if you can, if you're really dedicated and committed to absolutely getting these changes. If you do demand success, then you're going to want to do as much of this now so that the action that you do take will create results that you actually want. Okay, because I know you're taking action. So how about instead of taking action and then wondering why it's not working, you clear away the negative stuff by dissolving it with love, and then you'll find that your action will be a lot more effective. Okay, great. So make sure you let me know how this goes for you. I want you to message me and tell me what your experience has been. And remember, keep it up. Don't go anywhere. I want you to spend at least the next 20 minutes going through this practice, trying to work on one feeling at a time. Okay, so what's your new number for this? Go down, keep doing more, and then move to the next one. Okay, as you know, I'm Kai Ashley, and I'll see you in the next video.